Story time, my top 5 favorite jiu-jitsu athletes. Number 5, Marcelo Garcia. Now, Marcelo is the man, am I right? This guy, I'll tell you, I can remember vividly the first match I ever saw of him. It was ADCC, and he was competing against Rico Rodriguez. Rico Rodriguez at that time had to be like 6'3" or something, maybe 6'4", 260, 270 pounds maybe. And I'm not sure how big Marcelo Garcia is, but let's just say there had to be like at least a 100-pound difference. And I don't think Marcelo is bigger than 5'7" or so. It was unbelievable. You know, Rico was super aggressive. At one point, he did the dirtiest move I've ever seen in all of grappling. I encourage you to go check that out yourself. Marcelo Garcia, unbelievable squeeze. His guillotine. That guy takes backs like I've never seen. It's unbelievable. So number 5, Marcelo Garcia. Number 4, Keenan Cornelius. This guy's awesome. Look, first of all, you can't question his talent, okay? What he's achieved in gi and no gi is just unquestionable, okay? But that aside, are you paying attention? Look, if you want to learn how to make money as a professional athlete in jiu-jitsu, pay attention to Keenan. This guy is a digital marketing machine. Text messages, ebooks. The guy's doing it all. He's even producing and distributing instructionals for other athletes. So if you're not following, pay attention and look and follow him a little bit closer. Keenan, number 4. Number 3. Now this one is going to be met with a lot of controversy, but this is my list and I'm going to explain why. Gordon Ryan. Okay. I hear it already. Look, don't kill me in the comments section. Arguably should be number 1. Okay, from a talent perspective, in my opinion, and from an accomplishment perspective, what he's achieved via competition, look, it's unquestionable. Okay, right now, in my opinion, he's the best. However, he's number 3 on my list, personally, just because he's polarizing. You know, he's so polarizing. I have had to follow this guy and unfollow this guy at least 3 times. Look, he's the best, and that's great, but I just think if I have a theory, and I'm going to share it. I think if this guy would be 10% more vulnerable, everybody would fall in love. I mean, he has his fans, and they're going to be his fans for life, and I get it. You know, I get it. He's great. Until somebody beats him, I get it, okay? But if you would stop talking about how good he is and share a little bit more about, like, any of his vulnerabilities, his stomach issues, anything, any of the personal things he's been going through lately, I think we would all see him a little bit differently, and it would soften it. And we'd want to champion this guy a little bit more. But for that reason, he's my number 3. Again, I have to say with the disclaimer that from a talent perspective, look, no one's beating this guy. So arguably number 1, my personal number 3. Number 2, Andre Galvao. Man, you can't question everything that guy has done. Living legend, ADCC. His no-gi stuff is amazing. His match with Pena, I watch that sometimes just to hype myself up, man. I love the way that guy competes. He goes. And his grappling to me is so fluid. I love it. Number 2 also because I personally identify with this guy a little bit more. He's a family man, loves his wife, loves his daughter. That resonates with me. You know, that's a guy that I can get behind. And moreover, when Stigma was produced, he championed that. You know, I asked him to share it on social media, and he did. And I'll never forget that. So Andre Galvao, number 2. And my number 1 favorite jiu-jitsu athlete is none other than Jay Valco. Of course, right? I mean, come on. If you don't know Jay Valco, he's amazing. I mean, that guy literally opened this entire world to me. The founder, head instructor of Valco BJJ in Chicago. I started doing privates with him before I even had the nerve to go and attend my first class, my first real class. And then I started competing immediately. And, you know, I found jiu-jitsu very late. I found it in my mid-30s after a long, storied wrestling career. So I wanted to compete. I had that bug. So I tried to be as pragmatic and discriminating as possible when I picked an instructor. I visited every school in Chicago, and I was met with open arms at all of them. And I also had a personal goal, and I was so lucky to achieve it that in my first year of training as a white belt, I traveled a lot for work, and I visited 10 other academies, Florida, all over Florida, actually, Tennessee, really cool one in Houston, just all over the country. And it always kind of led me back to my Saturday class at Valco, and with a greater appreciation for the guy that opened this whole world up to me, Jay Valco. So the way that guy teaches and instructs to me makes sense, and evidently to a lot of other students, because he's helped coach a lot of world champions. Great guy, great instructor, my number one favorite BJJ athlete, Jay Valco. Thank you for watching. This is Story Time, my top 5 favorite BJJ athletes.